Everyone, let's learn to make this beautiful flower basket. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, let's go. So I would need 2 of these cream color t-shirt yarn, 1 green color and another is orange color. This is 6 mm hook and this is the scissor I'll be using to make this basket. I'm going to use 2 strands of cream color so that my base is strong, hard. It's up to you. I'll start with magic ring and make a stitch here. Now for the first row, I will do the single crochet, 6 single crochet. So this is 1 and then I'll do the 6. So I've completed 5 single crochet. This is 6. Now it's time to close the circle. I'll pull the yarn from the back. So it goes from front to back. Now it's to the back. Pull the yarn from this loop. Keep the loop in your hook and then from the front you bring the thread forward. So I'll pull the yarn forward and now I'll make a knot. So this is like your first crochet of second row. Now for second row, in every loop of row 1 I'll do the 2 single crochet. So in first, this is the first crochet, single crochet, and in the same loop I'll be doing second single crochet. This is my second. Now you go to the second stitch and same, do the 2 single crochet. I'll keep this extra yarn inside so that it is hidden within the stitches. So we are making 2 single crochet in every single stitch of row 1. Let's count the stitches. Now these were 11 and this was 12. So in the first loop you saw that when we started we made 1 stitch, and when we reach to the first after completing round we made the another stitch, so it became 2. Now we are closing the circle. Pull the yarn and from the forward pull the yarn. Now this loop and this loop, make a stitch. Now we are in row 3. In row 3 you make 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and then in next stitch 2 single crochet. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. This is going to be your pattern. These are the 2 single crochet, and in next stitch I'll do the 1 single crochet. Here is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So complete the row 3. Now you close the circle, pull the yarn from front to back. In this loop you pull the yarn inside and then you come forward, pull the yarn from back to forward, and now make a stitch. For row 4 we are going to do 2 single crochet and then in one stitch, and then 2 times 1 single crochet in 2 different stitches. So this is 2 single crochet in one stitch. Now in next 2 stitches 1 single crochet, 1, then in next stitch 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then in this loop stitch we are doing 2 single crochet, and next 1 single crochet, this one and this one. We are in the first loop, so in that we need to do 2 single crochet. So one we did when we started and the second we did when we ended. Now it's time to close the circle. Pull the yarn, make a stitch. Let's measure how big the circle you want. So now this is 5 inches diameter. I need 8 inches diameter. That's how big I'm going to make it. It depends on you. I need to do more lines, more rounds. So I'm closing the circle. So I'm completing the circle, closing the circle here. I have done it. Now since the circle is completed, there's one more line we need to do for the base. It gives the support to your base. So pull the yarn from here, and then in the gap between the stitches, between the 2 stitches, you pull the yarn forward and make a stitch. And so we'll be completing the line. So this is how we completed. So it basically, this is the outer face of your circle, of your base, and this row gives, you know, some height to your base. I don't need it more here, so I'll cut the yarn and we'll close the circle. Now see how do we close the circle so that you don't see where we are starting and where we are closing. So we pull the yarn from the very first stitch like this, and then between the last stitch I pulled it. Now we are going to hide this extra yarn. See, the closing is done and you don't know where we closed it, so we are going to hide this extra yarn. Okay, so your circle is done. Now we are going towards the height. Again I'm going to use the 2 strand of this cream color. So you have the 3 rows. In the topmost row you need to start building your design. So it's a 1 stitch. In every stitch make sure you don't skip any single stitch, otherwise your shape will destroy. You'll not get a circle, otherwise it will bend towards one direction. so make sure you don't skip any single stitch. So we'll be continuing like this. So you have 3 stitches. In the top stitch you are making the design. When you see the circle from the side, in the top stitch you are making the design. So we complete the circle like this. Now we are closing it so that we can start with the second row. Pull the yarn from here. It is actually same how you were closing the circles while making the base. So pull the yarn and then make a stitch. So this is one stitch. Now you go to this row 1 and give more height to the basket. It totally depends on you how big you want the basket to be. I'm going to make it 3.5 inches. That's how big I want. So here we have completed the height. So this is the complete height we are going to keep. Now it's time to close the circle. So pull the extra yarn and then you make the stitch like no one knows where it ended. See, I give it the same stitch. Now this is the extra yarn and we are going to hide it. So your basket is ready here. You can see. We finished it beautifully. All the stitches are hidden. Now let's start with green color. So we are going to do the double crochets here. So pattern will be 1 double crochet, 2 chain, 1 double crochet. So to start with double crochet, let's first reach to the height. So I make the 3 stitches. This is the height, and then 2 chain. This will be my chain. Now in the same stitch I do the double crochet. So it makes a triangle. For the first stitch you will not see the corner angle of one triangle. Now you skip the 2 stitches of the basket, and in third you do the double crochet and then chain 2, 1 and 2, and then you do the double crochet in same stitch. You see the angles of the so you continue with the pattern throughout this circle. Double crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet in same stitch so that you get the triangle. 2 stitch skipped, skip 2, and the pattern in the third one, double crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet. It's easy. Now, so I've completed the round, and we don't need this green yarn anymore, so I'll cut and then close the circle. Let's close it. So pull the yarn from the first stitch. Make sure you skip the 2 stitch of the first triangle, and in the third one you pull the yarn inside. And you hide it. You hide it in the way that it's tightly closed, so that it doesn't open up later, and it's hidden. Also does not disturb the pattern. This is how it looks like. Beautiful. Now we'll start with the flower. So we are going to make this orange color flower. So we'll make the design, we'll make the flower in the triangle only. All we are going to do is the double crochet. So to reach to the height, in the first we'll do the chain 3 so that we reach to the height of double crochet, and second time we do the double crochet. In every triangle we do the 4 double crochets. So one in this triangle, 1 was the stitch, and the 3 will be the double crochets. So we have the 4. To make the flower, bend it inside and chain 1, and then we stitch it in the first double crochet and pull the yarn in the first, so that when you see from the top, you see the round. Then we do the chain 3 and we move to the second triangle. We do the 4 double crochet in the second triangle. So this is second double crochet, third, and this one is last 4. Chain 1, and you make a knot in the first double crochet. So make a knot, pull the yarn inside from down, and you do the chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Move to the next triangle and do the 4 double crochet and follow the same pattern. This is 4 double crochet, chain 1, make a knot in the first double crochet, pull the loop from inside, from downward, and then do the chain 3, 2 and 3. So we continue with the same pattern in the circle. So this is done. So I reached to the last triangle, completed the flower and the chain 1. Now I'll attach it to the very first flower. So we stitch it here, pull the yarn from the back, from inside, pull this other end yarn from the loop, tight it up, so this is how it looks like. Now we'll hide these extra yarn so that it doesn't disturb your pattern. Second, it is clearly hidden. So you cut the extra yarn and you are done with the basket. See, this is your output. This is the final output of your project. I think it is looking beautiful. So it's totally up to you what color you want to choose for the basket base, for the leaf and for the flower. So it totally depends on your creativity. This is the pattern we follow to make this design. So you enjoy crocheting. Let me know how was the pattern.